Have you ever sat through a wedding speech that made you laugh, cry, or feel deeply connected to the couple? Or maybe you've endured one that felt awkward, too long, or deeply off the rails. Giving a wedding speech is an honor, but it can also be nerve-wracking. What should you say? What should you avoid? And how can you make sure your speech leaves a lasting impression for the right reasons? Thanks for joining us. Hi, I'm Sal from After Hours Events New England. We'll answer these questions and more on today's edition of the Stress-Free Wedding Planning Podcast.
Welcome to another edition of our podcast. Hi, I'm Sam from Atmosphere Productions. Listen now and discover wedding speech tips to leave a lasting impression on your guests. These are Wedding Insider Secrets for a stress-free, fun, and memorable day. Our podcast helps engaged couples navigate wedding planning complexities while addressing family expectations. We'll guide you through the journey of creating the perfect wedding without unnecessary stress. By the end of this edition, you'll get concise tips on budgeting, wedding party management, ceremony, reception planning, and more. Perfect for anyone planning a wedding, all in 30 minutes or less. Trust us, you don't want to miss this.
Welcome to Stress-Free Wedding Planning, the podcast that will transform your wedding planning journey from chaotic to enchanting. Sal and Sam bring over 80 years of combined wedding expertise and exclusive insider information to the table. If you're recently engaged, feeling the pressure of wedding planning, struggling with family expectations, but still dreaming of a joy-filled wedding, you've come to the right place. Get ready to unveil the best-kept wedding secrets, discover practical tips and strategies, and learn life-changing lessons for a stress-free wedding. Your unforgettable wedding day awaits. We're here to take you on a transformative journey of love, laughter, and memories. So don't miss out on the podcast that just might change your life. This is the Stress-Free Wedding Planning Podcast with Sal and Sam.
On today's podcast, making sure your speech leaves a lasting impression for the right reasons as we explain wedding speech tips that leave a lasting impression on your guests. Hi, I'm Sal from After Hours Events in New England, the experts at creating a stress-free, unforgettable wedding experience. We bring energy, professionalism, and a passion to making every couple's big day truly special. Visit us at afterourseventofne.com. Learn more about our experience and journey to help you with stress-free wedding planning and the trailer or pilot of this podcast.
I'm Sam from the award-winning Atmosphere Productions, wedding entertainment with expert knowledge and the difference in quality, specializing in live ceremony musicians and cocktail hour string musicians, plus lighting and an elegant and classy presentation. We have exactly what you need. Visit us at atmosphere-productions.com. That's atmosphere-productions.com.
Today, we're talking about something that could be a highlight or an absolute disaster at your wedding. We're talking about the wedding speech. Whether you're the best man, maid of honor, a proud parent, or a close friend, your speech should leave a lasting impression for the right reason.
Let's explain, to me, one of the most important topics. Keep it short. I once had a father of the bride go on for 45 minutes in their speech. Too long. Way too long. It's important that you keep it short because remember, the meal is going to be served next. No one wants to sit through a 10-minute monologue. Aim for 3 to 5 minutes maximum. I tell all my clients that 5 minutes is the maximum for everyone giving a toast or speech. Everyone, not just an individual. Everyone.
This is a big thing at weddings. People don't understand how these speeches can really throw off time and the rhythm of a wedding when you just end up, people just keep talking and talking. Let's be honest, people are not there to hear you speak. They're there for the couple. It's their special moment. But also keep in mind, there's a schedule back there in the kitchen. And if you go rambling on, you just threw everything off. And that could be a lot less party time at the other end. So on a number of websites, when it comes to speeches, it always says that you may want to introduce yourself at the very beginning. Not everyone will know who you are. So say your name and your connection to the couple. I disagree with that, only for the purpose of I'm a professional MC. And what I mean by that is, I'm going to do all that for you. So if you're Stacy's older sister and you are the matron of honor, that's all going to be said. I'm going to say now I'd like to hand the mic over to Stacy's older sister, the matron of honor, and her name. So she's been fully introduced. Her grabbing the microphone and saying, well, I'm Stacy's older sister. I'm the matron of honor. It's wasted talk, in my opinion. So get right to the speech. Don't waste the time on that. You've already been introduced. Move on.
Yeah, and just to add to that, Sal, one of the most hated phrases in the wedding industry, which always bring a smile to photographers, videographers, and especially DJs, is the term, for those of you who don't know me. Please, whenever you say this, every working vendor is laughing at you because everybody knows who you are. You've been introduced. In the ceremony, people know who you are. At the reception, you've just been introduced, as Sal said, by the DJ. There really is no need to use that term. So please delete from your phraseology, for those of you who don't know me. Next is making it personal. This is a key aspect of your toast or speech, and that is to keep it personal but appropriate. A short, heartwarming story for the couple is perfect. Just make sure it's something the audience can relate to and don't go off into a tangent. Don't forget to join us on our YouTube channel. Just search for the Stress-Free Wedding Planning Podcast with Sal and Sam. Like, subscribe, and get it first.
And let's not forget speaking from the heart. A genuine speech is always better than one that feels overly scripted or forced. And be careful about bringing up subjects that should not be brought up at a wedding. I've had many couples that I would say, look, you have to talk about things that are taboo, because if you don't and it gets mentioned, it could hurt your wedding greatly.
Oh, let's not forget the next item on our list, which is practice ahead of time. Just like we do here at this podcast, we practice before we come on the air. Even if you're confident, rehearsing can help you work out any awkward parts. Read it to yourself, read it to somebody else. The more times you read it, the better you're going to be at it.
That's a great point, Sam. Now, one more thing. End with a toast. Raise your glass in the air. Say a few kind words to kind of end everything and invite everyone to celebrate the couple by saying cheers or salute or whatever it may be part of your nationality in that grouping of the wedding. Let's raise our glasses and let's enjoy.
We've just explained keeping your speech short and sweet, speaking from the heart, and practicing ahead of time.
Coming up next, pro tips and some no-nos in wedding speech tips that leave a lasting impression on your guests. But first, if you have a question or concern, go now to Facebook and join us on the Stress-Free Wedding Planning community and ask away. You can also join us on our YouTube channel. Just search for Stress-Free Wedding Planning Podcast with Sal and Sam. Like, subscribe, and get it first.
This is the Stress-Free Wedding Planning Podcast with Sal and Sam, a podcast for engaged couples concerned about wedding planning and family expectations, but who want a stress-free, fun, and unforgettable wedding.
Experience the magic of your special day with Fitzner Productions, a premier wedding videography company based in Middletown, Connecticut. FitznerProductions.com. Our mission is to capture your love story candidly and authentically, creating stunning, high-quality videos that you can cherish for years to come. Our founder, Carson Fitzner, combines technical expertise with a passion of storytelling, ensuring every moment from the excitement of getting ready to the heartfelt ceremony is beautifully documented. We offer a range of customizable packages, including drone footage and multi-location shoots, tailored to fit your unique vision. Let us help you relive the romance, laughter, and tears of your wedding day. Visit FitznerProductions.com. That's FITZNER Productions.com.
And now it's time for my favorite segment. It's Wedding Tip Wednesday. But first, marriage is simple. As far as I'm concerned, my wife does what she wants, and I do whatever she wants.
Yeah, I think that's pretty typical, Sam. That is so true. I think that's every marriage has that line. So on today's Wedding Tip Wednesday, no ring, no bring. What does that mean? If a couple's having a problem with too many people and they need to kind of cut that list down, no ring, no bring means don't bring a plus one unless if you're engaged or married. So just helping the couple out and making sure that list could be manageable for them where they could keep everything within their budget.
And remember, if somebody questions you, you can just say, well, we can't invite as many guests, or you can cite the size limitations. Maybe you can mention your budget constraints or your parents' extensive guest list. All these are valid explanations on why you don't invite a plus one.
That's another wedding tip from Sal and Sam.
This is the Stress-Free Wedding Planning Podcast with Sal and Sam.
Welcome back to our discussion about wedding speech tips that leave a lasting impression on your guests. I'm Sam from Atmosphere Productions. Coming up, some pro tips and some no-nos.
I'm Sal from After Hours Events of New England. And now let's talk about what not to do. There are plenty of ways to crash and burn with a bad speech. Let's start with the biggest one. Don't ramble. You want to make sense. Don't ramble on to something that's nonsense. Stay on track. Keep it concise. Even keep away from drinking too much. Slurred words. You don't want to be embarrassed in front of everyone. To try to keep it straight all the way up to that toast so everything is nice and smooth. So no slurred words, no awkward moments. You want to be remembered for the good things, not for something bad.
And another huge no-no is bringing up exes or past relationships. If you are giving a toast or a speech, if you're a best man, best woman, best person, do not ever bring up an ex or a past relationship. That is just a recipe for disaster. Keep it focused on this couple's love story, not their past. And of course, leave the inside jokes out. You want everyone in the room to enjoy the speech, not just a few inner circle people who understand the inside joke.
So keep it positive and respectful. No embarrassing stories or roasting the couple. This isn't a comedy roast. It's their wedding. Keep that in mind. It is their special day. You don't want to ruin it.
Another thing I like to tell my clients is ditching the phone. Don't put your speech or toast on your phone. It just looks bad, you reading from your phone. Let's just get to the point of this. Write it on a card. Write it on a piece of paper. The reason for doing this is, one, somebody can call you on your phone and disturb your entire speech. Don't want to do that. And secondly, if you write it on a piece of paper, your speech, you can just then hand it to the couple as a gift to them. It's your speech. Guaranteed they're going to keep it.
Now, one more reason why not to use a cell phone, especially nowadays with technology, these cell phone frequencies are dangerously close to the microphones that we use nowadays. So it could be a simple cutout where you just don't hear someone for a couple words, to making a weird sound, to making the most incredibly annoying sound coming through speakers. And finally, don't forget to slow down and then enjoy the moment. Nervousness is normal, okay? It's always going to happen, but speaking too fast can make it hard to follow.
And now, before we leave you, we want to give you some pro tips that we've seen with our experience, would like to pass on to you. Eye contact. First and foremost, don't keep your head down and look at the piece of paper or whatever you're reading from. Look up at your guest. If you can memorize your speech, that would be perfect. If you can't, read it as notes or get cards so that every time you change the card, you look up at your guest. Remember, there will be probably videographers there, and they don't want to see the top of your head while you're reading these notes.
That's all great information, Sam. Thank you for sharing. And now let's talk about injecting a little humor, but keep it classy by all means. When you have something that's a little humorous, it gets the crowd smiling and laughing and really more involved in what you're doing at that very moment. So it is more of a fun thing instead of a boring thing, and fun is always a great way to go with a speech.
You're absolutely right there, Sal. A well-placed joke can make your speech memorable. Now, lastly is end on a high note. Whether it's a heartfelt wish for the couple or a touching quote about love, leave the room feeling warm and happy. Make it positive because you want it to be memorable.
So there you have it. Wedding speech tips that leave a lasting impression on your guest. Whether you are the couple, the best man, maid of honor, a proud parent, or a close friend, your speech should leave a lasting impression.
Now, as you spend the next week planning your wedding, if you want me, Sal, or our community of stress-free engaged couples and wedding experts to answer any wedding-related questions, then join us in the Stress-Free Wedding Planning Facebook group.
Once you're in, go ahead and share your concerns and worries, and we'll let you know if you're on the right track or if there are some things you need to work on. The link to join us is in the show notes of this edition, or go to Facebook and search for the Stress-Free Wedding Planning Community.
Remember to do something nice for someone today. And if you can't, then do something nice for yourself. If you've enjoyed what you've just heard, leave a review and share it with a friend or someone who would benefit from this information. Until next time, it's TTFN. Ta-ta for now.
Thank you for listening to this edition. A new edition is released every Wednesday. Subscribe and get it first. We'll catch you then. Ciao.
The Stress-Free Wedding Planning Podcast is produced and copyrighted by Atmosphere Productions in association with After Hours Events of New England.